Today we can start with the module 1, which is interference. Hope you are familiar with the term interference from the school days itself. What is interference? When two or more waves are allowed to pass through a continuous medium, they coincide in space and time, then we can say that those waves are interfered with each other. That is interference. When two waves interfere, the resultant effect can be explained by the method principle of superposition of these waves. That is clearly explained by a physician and physicist named Thomas Young. Now we can go through principle of superposition. When two or more waves are allowed to pass simultaneously through a continuous medium, they superimpose one another, then each wave produces its own displacement at any point, and the resultant displacement will be the vector sum of their individual displacements. That is the principle of superposition. Now consider y1, y2, y3, etc. up to yn will be the displacements of wave at any instance, and y is the resultant displacement. Then y can be represented as y1 plus y2 plus etc. up to yn. Now we can prove superposition of two sinusoidal waves, the theorem, the law or principle which we have explained in the previous time. Okay, now consider the superposition of two sinusoidal waves such as y1 and y2, where y1 is equal to a1 sin kx minus omega t plus phi1 and y2 is equal to a2 sin kx minus omega t plus phi2. These y1 and y2 represent displacement produced by two separate waves. Now we assume that the displacement are in same direction and they have different amplitudes and different phases. That is, the amplitudes are a1, a2, phases are phi1, phi2 and displacements are y1, y2. Now according to the superposition principle, the resultant y is equal to y1 plus y2. That is, y is equal to a1 sin kx minus omega t plus phi1 plus a2 sin kx minus omega t plus phi2. Y is equal to a1 sin kx minus omega t cos phi1 plus a1 cos kx minus omega t sin phi1. As we know, sin a plus b is equal to sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. That is, we have substituted in the first term and in the second term. So the first term sin a is considered as kx minus omega t, b is phi1. Sin kx minus omega t plus phi1 is equal to sin kx minus omega t cos phi1 cos kx minus omega t sin phi1 into a1 also. And the second term sin kx minus omega t plus phi2. That is, kx minus omega t is considered as the first amplitude a and plus phi2 b, sin a plus b, that is kx minus omega t plus phi2. That's equal to plus a2 sin kx minus omega t cos phi2 plus a2 cos kx minus omega t sin phi2. Okay. Now we can consider and rearrange these terms as together, that here it is a sin kx minus omega t, here also sin kx minus omega t. We can take those terms as a common sin kx minus omega t, remaining a1 cos phi1 plus a2 cos phi2 plus a1 sin phi1 plus a2 sin phi2 into cos kx minus omega t. That's written here. Okay. Now I am going to substitute a1 cos phi1 plus a2 cos phi2, which is here, as a cos phi, and a1 sin phi1 plus a2 sin phi2 as a sin phi as given here. Now we can substitute this a cos phi, a sin phi in this equation number 3. Okay, that is a cos phi sin kx minus omega t plus a sin phi cos kx minus omega t. That's equal to a sin kx minus omega t plus phi, where a is the amplitude, phi is the phase of resultant wave. Then squaring and adding this equation number 4 and 5, that is a cos square phi plus a sin square phi, that will be a square. We know sin square phi plus cos square phi is equal to 1. That is, a square is equal to, this is a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi 1 minus phi 2. You all substitute square and add these two numbers, you get this. Okay, then dividing this equation number 5 by 4, we get as tan phi sin phi by cos phi. Tan phi is equal to a1 sin phi 1 plus a2 sin phi 2 divided by a1 cos phi 1 plus a2 cos phi 2. Okay. Now we can go through the special cases. That is when the phase difference between two waves is 2n pi. That is n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. Phi 1 minus phi 2 is equal to the difference between the two waves, that is equal to 2n pi. A square plus is equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2, that's equal to a1 plus a2 whole square. As we know, a square is equal to cos phi 1 minus phi 2. We have substituted as 2n pi. Cos 2n pi is equal to substituted as 1. That is a max is equal to a1 plus a2 whole square. From that, a max is equal to a1 plus a2. If these two amplitudes a1 and a2 are same, we can say a max is equal to 2 into a. That is, the resultant amplitude is maximum when the difference between phase difference between two waves is 2n pi. That is called constructive superposition. This condition for constructive superposition is that the phase difference between two waves must be an integral multiple of 2 pi, that is 2n pi. Once more, I repeat, the constructive superposition occurs only when the phase difference between two waves will be the integral multiple of 2 pi. And the next is case 2, that is phi 1 minus phi 2 is equal to 2n plus 1 into pi, where n is equal to 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. From equation, we have derived, that is equation number 7, that is a square is equal to a1 square plus a2 square plus 2a1 a2 cos phi 1 minus phi 2. From this, we know phi 1 minus phi 2 is equal to 2n plus 1 pi, that will be minus 1. So we get a square is equal to a1 square plus a2 square minus 2a1 a2, that is a1 minus a2 whole square. Okay. That is a1 equal to a2 equal to a. In that case, the amplitude will be minimum. So when the phase difference is 2n plus 1 pi, the resultant amplitude will be minimum, that is 0. This case is said to be destructive superposition. Thus the condition for destructive superposition is that the phase difference between two waves must be an odd multiple of pi. That is, I repeat, the destructive superposition happens only when the phase difference between two waves is the odd integral multiple of pi. Okay, next the expression for resultant intensity. Since the intensity of light is directly proportional to the square of the amplitude, this equation can be written as I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus 2 root of I1 I2 cos phi 1 minus phi 2, as we are written in case of amplitude A, where I1, I2 and I are the intensities of first wave, second wave and resultant wave respectively, as we discussed before. If I1 minus phi 2 is equal to 2n pi, I will be the maximum. That is I1 plus I2 plus 2 root I1, I2. If A1 equal to A2, that will be 4i. And also, if it is the odd multiple of pi, that is 2n plus 1 pi, I will be minimum. That is I1 plus I2 minus 2 root of I1, I2. If A1 equal to I2, then I1 equal to I2 equal to I, that is I minimum is equal to 0. So, in case of amplitudes, that is, in case of resultant intensity, the maximum will be 4i and the minimum will be 0.